My beloved child, pause for just one quiet moment, because what is about to unfold has been hidden beneath ordinary days, and today you are finally close enough to see it. There is a reason your heart has been sensing an unusual shift lately. A feeling you could not explain. A silence that somehow carried hope instead of emptiness. What if those moments were never random? What if they were quietly preparing you for a revelation that changes the way you understand everything? Stay a little longer, because the answer is not where most people would ever think to look. There is someone whose thoughts keep returning to you with surprising intensity. Not because of pressure. Not because of fear. But because every time they imagine the future, one image refuses to disappear, you standing beside them. They tried to understand it logically. They questioned their own feelings. They wondered if they were moving too quickly. Yet every attempt to slow those emotions only made one truth become brighter. Some connections grow slowly. Others arrive with unmistakable clarity. And perhaps this is why everything feels different now. Look closely at what has been happening around you. Small conversations that seemed ordinary. Unexpected opportunities. Delays that once frustrated you but now appear strangely meaningful. Pieces that look disconnected are quietly arranging themselves into a picture you have not fully seen yet. Nothing has been wasted. Every chapter has been preparing both hearts at exactly the right pace, even when neither of you recognized it. Now consider this question. Why would someone suddenly feel ready to build a lifetime with another person when only yesterday they seemed uncertain? The answer is rarely found in a single conversation. It is found in countless invisible moments. Moments where they noticed your patience instead of your perfection. Moments where your kindness spoke louder than impressive words. Moments where your quiet strength became impossible to ignore. These are the things that remain long after first impressions disappear. Wait a little longer, because the next thought may surprise you. Sometimes destiny does not announce itself with dramatic signs. Sometimes it whispers through consistency. Through peace. Through a growing certainty that refuses to fade no matter how many distractions appear. While others chase temporary excitement, this person has begun searching for something lasting. Every comparison keeps leading them back to the same realization. They are no longer looking for endless possibilities. They are looking for the one future that feels real. Have you noticed how life occasionally removes certain paths without asking your permission? At first those closed doors seem disappointing. Yet months later you suddenly understand why they could never have led where your heart truly belonged. What if every unexpected ending was actually making space for a beginning that required your complete attention? That possibility changes everything. The remarkable part is this. Their desire is not built upon fantasy. It is growing from observation. They have watched how you rise after difficult seasons. They have seen how you continue moving forward without losing your compassion. They admire qualities you may have overlooked because they have become ordinary to you. Yet to someone searching for a lifelong companion, those quiet qualities become priceless treasures. Before this moment passes, think carefully. Could it be that your greatest strengths have always been the ones you rarely speak about? Your calm during uncertainty. Your willingness to keep believing when others stopped. Your ability to bring peace instead of confusion. These are not small details. They are the foundation of a future that can withstand changing seasons. Do not rush ahead just yet. The deeper reason has not been revealed. There is another layer hidden beneath everything you have heard so far. Imagine standing at the edge of a mountain just before sunrise. The landscape is already there, but the light has not fully uncovered it. That is where you are now. The story exists. The direction exists. The purpose exists. Only the final illumination is still approaching. And when that light arrives, events that once seemed impossible will suddenly make perfect sense. You might be wondering why everything appears to be moving faster than expected. Why emotions feel stronger. Why certain conversations seem closer than ever. The truth is that genuine clarity often arrives all at once after a long season of quiet preparation. It looks sudden from the outside, but behind the scenes countless unseen moments have already done their work. Stay with this message until the very end of this journey, because the greatest revelation has not yet been spoken. What heaven quietly revealed is far more extraordinary than anyone could have guessed, and in the next chapter you will begin to understand why this desire to build a future together feels so urgent, and why its timing carries a meaning neither of you has fully discovered yet. A new realization is beginning to rise, and this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Up until now, you may have believed their desire to move quickly was simply an emotional decision. But what if it was something much deeper? What if every day that passed only strengthened an inner certainty they could no longer ignore? Stay a little longer, because the next few moments may connect pieces you never thought belonged together. Think about how some people spend years searching for answers while others suddenly recognize them in a single unforgettable season. The difference is not luck. It is awareness. There comes a point when the heart becomes quiet enough to recognize what has been standing in front of it all along. That is exactly what has been happening. Instead of chasing endless possibilities, they have started valuing what remains constant. And somehow, every path of reflection keeps bringing them back to you. It did not happen overnight. At first, your presence simply felt comforting. Then your words lingered in their mind long after conversations ended. Later, they noticed something even more remarkable. Whenever life became uncertain, thoughts of you created peace instead of confusion. That feeling cannot be forced. It cannot be borrowed. It grows naturally until it becomes impossible to overlook. Pause here for a moment. Have you ever wondered why some meetings seem ordinary at first but become unforgettable later? It is because meaning often reveals itself in reverse. Looking backward, everything suddenly makes sense. Every delay. Every unexpected encounter. Every lesson that seemed difficult at the time. Together, they formed a path leading toward one extraordinary realization. You might miss the turning point if you rush ahead. There is something else they have quietly discovered. They no longer imagine success without imagining you beside it. Their dreams have changed shape. Goals that once felt complete now seem incomplete unless they include someone who understands both their victories and their struggles. That realization is powerful because it is no longer about excitement alone. It is about building something that lasts through every season ahead. This is where the hidden message becomes even more fascinating. Heaven's revelation was never about speed for the sake of speed. It was about alignment. There are rare moments when two journeys finally reach the same crossroads after traveling separate roads for years. From the outside it appears sudden. But from above, every step has been unfolding with remarkable precision. Nothing arrived too early. Nothing arrived too late. Imagine watching thousands of tiny stars slowly arrange themselves into one breathtaking constellation. No single star explains the picture. Only when they come together does the design become visible. Your story has been unfolding the same way. Small moments. Quiet lessons. Unexpected pauses. Each one seemed insignificant until now. Together, they reveal something far greater than either of you could have imagined. Before we continue, if this message has touched something deep within your heart, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments. Someone else may be encouraged by your story. And if these messages continue to bring clarity and hope into your day, subscribing simply means you'll be here when the next chapter unfolds with us. Now listen carefully. Their confidence is no longer based on uncertainty or wishful thinking. It is growing because every new experience confirms what they already sensed. The more they learn about life, the clearer one truth becomes: genuine peace is incredibly rare. And every time they picture their future, that same peace appears with your presence in it. But do not assume the greatest revelation has already been uncovered. The next chapter will reveal the one hidden reason heaven chose this exact moment, not last year, not months from now, but now. Once that final piece is revealed, the urgency behind their desire to build a future with you will begin to make complete sense. And when that truth comes into the light, you may never look at this journey the same way again. Everything changes from this moment forward, because the final layer is no longer about feelings alone, it is about timing. Wait until the end of this chapter, because the reason heaven revealed this moment now is more remarkable than anyone expected. What if the greatest preparation was never happening around you, but within you? That single thought changes the entire story. There is a powerful truth that many people overlook. Two lives can cross paths long before they are truly ready to walk together. The meeting may happen early, but the understanding arrives later. Growth happens separately so that when the right season appears, neither person has to become someone else. They simply become more fully themselves. That is why everything feels different now. The person thinking about you has begun seeing your journey through a completely new perspective. They no longer focus on isolated moments or temporary emotions. Instead, they see the pattern. Every challenge you overcame revealed resilience. Every disappointment revealed patience. Every quiet victory revealed character. They have realized that the qualities needed for a lasting future were quietly forming long before either of you noticed. Take a moment and imagine this. Picture an artist standing before a masterpiece that took years to complete. Someone walking past might only see the final brushstroke, never realizing how many careful layers came before it. Your story has been unfolding in exactly the same way. What appears sudden today is actually the result of countless unseen moments, each one adding another meaningful layer. Stay a little longer. There is another reason their heart feels unusually certain. They have stopped asking, "What if someone better comes along?" Instead, a completely different question has taken its place. What if I have already found the person who brings out the best version of me? That question has changed everything. When people begin asking better questions, they often discover better answers. Instead of searching for perfection, they begin recognizing peace. Instead of chasing endless excitement, they begin appreciating consistency. And instead of wondering whether to keep looking elsewhere, they begin investing their energy where genuine connection already exists. This is the quiet revelation that has been growing stronger every day. The future they imagine is no longer filled with uncertainty. They picture shared conversations after long days. Small celebrations that nobody else would understand. Quiet mornings. Encouraging words during difficult seasons. Laughing over memories that have not even happened yet. The vision has become so vivid that it no longer feels like imagination, it feels like direction. But there is one final insight. Sometimes heaven does not reveal the destination first. It reveals the purpose behind the journey. The purpose was never to rush your story. It was to shape two hearts capable of recognizing something real when it finally appeared. Without the lessons, the timing would have felt wrong. Without the waiting, the value might never have been understood. Now, look back for just a moment. The delays that once frustrated you. The unexpected changes. The unanswered questions. The seasons when nothing seemed to move. None of them were empty chapters. Each one quietly prepared the foundation for what comes next. And perhaps that is the greatest reason of all. Their desire to build a future with you is not driven by impulse, it is driven by clarity that has been growing stronger with every passing season. What once felt like a possibility has become a conviction. What once felt distant now feels close enough to reach. Before this message comes to a close, remember one thing. Some stories are unforgettable not because they begin quickly, but because every chapter gives new meaning to the one before it. Your journey has been writing itself with that same quiet beauty. And if you stay with this path, you may soon discover that the most extraordinary chapters are never the first ones, they are the ones that arrive after every lesson has finally found its purpose. One last reflection remains, and this may be the piece that brings the entire journey together. Before you leave, hear this line carefully. Sometimes the greatest revelation is not discovering who is coming into your life, it is finally understanding why every chapter had to happen exactly as it did. The answer has been quietly waiting for this very moment. Imagine standing before a door that seemed locked for years. You knocked countless times. You questioned whether anyone was listening. Yet today you discover something unexpected. The door was never refusing you. It was simply waiting until everything on the other side was fully prepared. That is where this story reaches its deepest meaning. The person who wants to build a future with you has not simply fallen in love with a moment. They have fallen in love with the journey that shaped you. They admire the wisdom you gained without becoming bitter. They admire the hope you protected even when life became uncertain. They admire the quiet confidence that appeared after every lesson you refused to let define you. Those qualities cannot be rushed. They cannot be copied. They cannot be borrowed. They are earned. And that is why this connection feels so different. What heaven revealed was never just a destination. It was a reminder that the strongest foundations are built long before anyone notices the house standing above them. Every unseen step mattered. Every lesson carried purpose. Every pause carried preparation. Now another question rises. What happens when two people stop chasing perfect timing and begin appreciating meaningful timing? Everything changes. Conversations become deeper. Trust becomes stronger. Dreams become shared instead of separate. The future no longer feels uncertain, it begins to feel welcoming. That is the quiet transformation taking place. One day, you may look back on this very season and smile, realizing that what felt like waiting was actually becoming. You were not standing still. You were growing into someone capable of recognizing a future that truly belonged to you. Before this message reaches its final words, let this thought remain with you. Never underestimate what steady hope can accomplish over time. The brightest chapters are often written after the longest seasons of preparation. Every sunrise begins in darkness, yet it never fails to arrive. In the same way, meaningful beginnings often appear just after patience has finished its work. If these messages have brought encouragement and hope to your heart, consider sharing this journey with someone who might need it today. And if you'd like to continue discovering these uplifting stories together, you're always welcome to subscribe and return for the next message. As this chapter closes, carry one final truth with you. The greatest reason behind their desire to build a future with you is not haste, it is clarity. A clarity shaped by time, strengthened through experience, and illuminated by a vision that sees beyond today. The story does not end here. In many ways, this is simply the first page of a future that has been quietly preparing itself all along. Keep your heart open, keep moving forward with confidence, and remember, sometimes the answers you seek have already begun moving toward you long before you realize they are near.